Well, greetings, friends and fellow cigar box guitar enthusiasts. Del Puckett here, and I'm right in the middle of 3 different builds, 2 of which are similar, one of which is very unique. The unique one here is another angle caster. All right, so yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet, dude. Seriously, this is a yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'll explain it as we're going along on this one here. This one's going to be a nylon string, 2-string, just tempered, with a crazy pickup configuration here. This is I got the volume control up here, so you just reach in here, adjust your volume there. And then it's got 2 piezos here. This is like a little kit or a little pickup that you order. And 2 piezos, so I think I'm going to stack them underneath there. One, and then on top of that, the other one, just to get that double effect. But look at this abalone inlay there. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. So this is the first guitar we're working on. The next 2 guitars we're working on are these Cuban boxes. And if you know cigar boxes, you know a Cuban cigar box when you see it. It's got to have 3 things. It's got to have this logo here on the top, this orange on yellow habanos, number 1. Number 2, this often counterfeited, often duplicated. That's the official seal. And yeah, you just gotta memorize what that looks like. Once you see enough of them, you'll know immediately. Boom, that's it right there. But that's what it looks like there. That's the authentic Cuba seal. And last but not least, it's branded the back of the box. So you have to have all 3 things. 1, 2, 3. So if you have all 3 things, and by golly, you got yourself an official Cuban cigar box. All right, but we just happen to have 2 of them. Yay! And they're identical. Absolutely 100% identical. I mean, the stickers are not exact. I mean, you can tell that they're similar style. Not exact, but they're the same. So these necks are that curly maple. And of course, we do have the ruler for the fretboard. This is going to be a 20-inch scale, just tempered. And if you remember what just tempered is, it's not equal tempered, and it's not just intonation. It's like a hybrid. It's in the middle. And you can always tell by looking at this fret here. See how this fret's a little skinnier than the 2 surrounding frets? The 3rd fret and the 5th fret are a little fatter, skinny, fat. So that's kind of your first indication. Now, this is not exact like just intonation. This is halfway in between just intonation and equal tempered. And so this kind of gives you the best of both worlds. So when you'll see when we tune it up and we hit that major 3rd right there, dude, it's going to sound sweet. All right, but yeah, I just wanted to show you where we're at on the necks here. So I usually carve a blade thickness right here, cut it off here, and then cut this out here. And I do my best to get it straight, so if not, I'll go back and file it smooth to get to the right depth for the tuners to go through, right? So this is I mean, you don't really have to measure. You can if you want, but I just eyeball it, you know. I kind of know the general thickness here. And then also we cut down right here into this neckwood, and this corresponds to the thickness of the top of the box. That way I have the fretboard that sticks up over the top of the box. And then of course your back angle. So I'm going to go back and carve this out and file the neck, shape it up, drill the holes for the tuners on all these guitars. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do next. Did I mention this is going to be a 2-stringer? A 2-stringer. I'm not going to say it, guys. I'm not going to say it. A few things to notice here is that the top there has been kind of notched to fit that guy. I came up with a brilliant idea. So here is the business card of the guys who make this pickup. Okay, so I'm going to shout out to these guys so that they can see their product and freaking cigar box guitar. So shout out to these guys. This is my bright idea. So normally what I do whenever I embed these piezos in is I put a piece of paper, but I am going to put the business card of these guys right across that piezo so that it'll keep the hot glue from sticking to the plastic, right? And it'll create a nice flat surface underneath there. Typically what I do is I just drill out a hole right underneath where the saddle's going to go and drill it out with one of those Forstner bits or a spade bit, just something that's wide enough and deep enough. And I usually like to go about 1/8 of an inch, depending on the size of the piezo. So somebody was asking, does it matter if the piezo is right side up or upside down? And I've had good luck with both. What you don't want to do is you don't want to reverse wire them. Make sure that the ground goes to the ground side and the red goes to the red side, or else you will have problems. So anyhow, on this one here, I got the first one. This has got 2 identicals. And so what we're going to do is stack them here. So I got the first one already hot glued in there. And here goes the next one. And I'm not doing a whole bunch of hot glue in here, just kind of just enough to hold it in place as a buffer. And let's see here. Yeah, okay, just like that. Sweet. They already have like a piece of plastic on them. It looks like they're pretty much buffered already. So this is just going to add to it. And then I do like a little notch there and just route the wires through that notch. So that's going to work, man. I just tuck this thing inside there. And then the final coat, hot glue. And make sure to fill up the hole and be just a little bit generous on the top side. So have a nice little dome of melted plastic. Business card in place. And then just make sure the wires aren't in the way. Close it and smash it closed. And you'll have a nice positive contact between the underside of the saddle and the top side of that stack of piezos. So yeah, so this has been a bit of a mind bender. This is an electric guitar because you can plug it in. So there is the volume, like I said, the volume control is here, and that's it. Just the screws in the blocks here, boom, and then these tiny screws here holding it in here. So this is a very, and I also did put in one of these. I have two strap buttons here. One that's connected to this side of the heel and one that's connected to this side of the heel. So this one's got the rope and this one matches the hole in the head here. All right, so I do have 2 nylon strings on here and they are both tuned to E. So technically it's like a 1-stringer, but it's a 2-stringer. With an extra, notice this guy here. This is the major scale with an extra fret. Some people call this the 6.5 fret. It's the flat 7th. Here's the root. Here's the major 7, which occurs naturally in a major scale, and this one here is the flat 7. Some people call this like the Mixolydian note. It's what makes it kind of like a dominant 7 sound. It's got the flatted 7 and the major 3rd. Now again, these major 3rds are kind of tucked in place right underneath that harmonic to give it more of a like a pure major 3rd sound. That's actually true for all the frets. So, you know, I'm gonna have to wrap my mind around how to play this thing. So, but yeah, man, the major thirds. Even on the chords here, so I'm just getting the root here and the major third here. Now, with this battery in there, you can actually even play slide if you want, because look how high the action is. I mean, the nylon strings make it so that you can bend it down to the fretboard pretty easy, and yet you still have a little bit of high action. So on a nylon string, you might want to just tune it up a little bit, maybe just to get some more increased string tension, because these strings are kind of not real wobbly, but if you press down with a slide, you might be hitting the frets there. Once you use the tuner to tune these things up, then you can just use harmonics. I get a harmonic here at the 5th fret, or what would be the 5th fret, and then the octave. And because they're unisons, you can just strike the notes and hear it. But when it's in tune, it'll be like a flat line, like it'll sound like a one string. So I did tie up some more of this leather. And we are plugged in. And these are the settings here. This thing's got some growl. I'm going to roll back the tone just a little bit. Minor. Oh my gosh, this would be so much fun. Again, these are just tuned to unison, 2 strings, and these are the just tempered fret spacings, which means they're right underneath the harmonics. Okay, move on to the next one. I got 2 blocks on the bottom here. You maybe see inside that sound hole. And listen how solid this thing is. Very resonant. I mean, these boxes are nice, man. This one here I opted to do the string through, and the reason being is because the saddle is going to be right there. And there's not a whole lot of room back here for a hinge, so we're going with the string through. This is a Home Depot fretboard, and I did opt for the dark stain. And look how the grain just pops on the curly maple. So I'm ready to put the strings on, get a saddle, tune it up, tear it up. So I do have these guys embedded. So they're actually drilled in about maybe a little over 1/4 of an inch, and then a pop rivet is stuck in there. So you can't see it, but the same exact pop rivets that are here are stuck in. That way the ball ends don't come out and you're not like rubbing up against it. So they're like tucked inside the little hole there. So I do have the 44 tuned to E, the 34 tuned to B, and the 26 tuned to E also. Oh, actually, no, I take it back. This is actually G, D, G. Look how high that action is, my gosh. Strings are stretching. Yeah. Yeah, that one's stretching. That one's way out of tune now. You guys want to hear it out of tune? Moment of truth time. All right, wow. Amazing. Let's get this guy tuned. Well, not a bad little getter, huh? Yes, sir. Well, what could be better than a genuine Cuban cigar box guitar? The answer is 2 genuine Cuban cigar box guitars. Right, so I am in the midst of, smack dab in the middle of doing this guy, and I did things a little different. Notice here how I did the these eyelets kind of on the outside. So my strings are going to go through the inside instead of typically the way I do it like that. And the reason being is because if you look at here, you can see this little stripe. And that little stripe is wood filler. When I cut off the edge to make it thin for the tuners, I noticed that there was a hollow piece in there. I was like, what the heck? It's that, this is that curly maple. For some reason, there was that little piece there that was a, so I just filled it in. It didn't interfere with this tuner hole though. I mean, the tuner is nice and snug because obviously it went through the back as well. But there's no compromise, but it's just kind of, it was annoying. And so I did fill it in with wood filler, and it's nice and solid. Sanded it down smooth. It didn't take the stain quite like the other did, but it kind of makes for a nice little intrigue there. I think it's cool. So that's why these guys are there. The other thing is you'll notice the 2 burns there, and it's because I used the big fat pieces and I couldn't get 2 fatties here. So it's just a little different configuration. I don't think it's gonna mess with me too much, but it is different, and so that's kind of a thing to note. The other thing to note here is that typically I use cards here to embed the piezo. Again, that's so the hot glue doesn't stick to the top there, so you can actually close it and open it, and close it and open it if you need to. I got 2 blocks here on the corners. Screw the top down. But look at here how the piezo wire goes directly to the jack. Guys, that is as simple as it gets right there. It does not get any simpler at all. So now we are going to button it up. I'll put the pop rivets in here. I got the pop rivets in the back, and they are embedded just like the other one. And then put a saddle on. Then string it up, tune it up, tear it up. So real quick, I got a buddy of mine who lives in Israel, and he's got a buddy of his who was interested in sending me some oils. And so I was sure. Gosh, you don't even know how to open this thing here. This thing is sealed to the max. Ay, ay, ay. And so there's different kind of oil, from what I understand, to maybe rub on your cigar box guitar. Either that or put on your salad. I don't know. Let's see here. Okay, so this is I wish I remembered Hebrew, because I know that those are letters and stuff. Except I don't. I know that much. That is the oh, that's the olive. And I think that's the Shem. I forget what it is. Okay, we're gonna open up this. I got two of them here. And okay, that's it. That's it for that. I have a little my Hebrew decoder here. Tells me what the letters are. Sheen. That's it. Sheen. It's a sheen. Okay, let's open these guys up here. Okay, looks like a bottle. All right, how to apply Lendicode on wood. Okay, so this is wood. Okay, guys, I am going to experiment with it. I mean, this looks totally legit, dude. It looks like professional. It's got barcodes on it and QR codes, instructions. Furniture, floors, wood utensils, outdoor items, concrete, brick, metal, clay, plastic, epoxy, and metal. Innovative, cutting-edge technology made of the highest quality materials, pure science, and dedication. Let's see. Oh, it's got a website here. I'm going to put this information in the video description below if you are interested in this. That's one. Oh yeah, I think. Yeah, let's open up the next one. Let me open up the next one here. Okay. De Lina Supreme Hard Wax. Okay, this is similar. Again, for more details, visit us at the website here, made in Israel. Okay, yeah. So here's the instructions. I'm going to follow the instructions, kids. Why? Because somebody smarter than me has figured it out, and then I'm going to save myself the hassle by following the instructions. That way I don't have to like fail. You know, I want to set myself up for success. So we got oil and wax. All right, guys, check out the links in the video description below. And a huge shout out and thank you to Jonathan Noy. Appreciate it, buddy. Seriously, appreciate it. So on this one here, I have the little skinny strings. I have the 34, the 26, and the 17. And this one is tuned D, A, D. And guys, this is what I love about this just tempered. I mean, listen to all these notes, my gosh. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Okay, let's plug this bad boy in. Oh yeah, I did put a Purple Heart saddle on there. That Purple Heart is really hard wood, but I think they make the greatest, the most awesome saddles. Notice what it says right there? Delicious. I think that's foreign for delicious. My gosh. Here's the next one, and the only difference is this has got the thicker strings, the 44, 34, 26, tuned to G, G, D, G. Next is the angle caster, tuned in unison. Again, with nylon strings, the dulcimer fret spacing with an extra fret here at the flat 7th, battery for the bridge, the double stacked piezos, the double strap buttons, leather strap, cool headstock, cool fretboard, cool inlays. Those nylon strings are awesome. Yeah, I'd have to really experiment with these because these nylon strings they feel like rubber. Yeah, I did want to try this out with a slide real quick here. So I got the copper pipe from the Home Depot. You're gonna need to raise the action probably. You're gonna need a bigger battery right there so you don't bang the frets. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this build video. Hope you enjoyed these interesting instruments. We have cigar box guitars, no doubt about it. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next videos. Cheers.